Hello, it is November 30th, it's raining, it's evening, and this is your recap video made just for you, so that you can be made aware of the updates which I have for you. The last month has been pretty slow. Been settling into the slower tempo and season and hibernating, getting ready for hibernations. The gears unwinding before the winter recharge. So not a whole lot has gotten done. Got all the wood in the garage. Got a couple winterizing projects. And the chickens are halfway. Got two different coops going on. One outside and one in the off the bedroom. When it gets winter time, they'll all go in there. But keeping Cupid at a distance because he's loud in the morning. His dad, Rudy, is not nearly as loud, and he's got much better timing. They'll both listen. Sometimes I can intervene vocally when they're going off, and I'll say, I'll discipline them verbally, and they'll listen. Sometimes they won't listen. Chickens. There's saw a not a ferret, not a martin, but a mink. Getting into the house, and so there are rats and other kind of minky type predator things that could injure the birds. So that's the local nature situation. There's the voting stuff. That's all happened since the last video. This is the end of November, right? The vote was it was in November, right? Yeah. Less than a month ago. The news called it for Biden, but it's being contested. Potentially fraudulent, and big moves with the cryptocurrencies, and the metals are moving. Everything's destabilizing. I hear talk of a new monetary global system, and certain people got these different agendas, and the instability, and then there's the vacuum of power, and all these different agendas trying to push their agenda into that. And for the most part, people don't want to be controlled, but especially the urban populations, they do want to be controlled. It's like their fetish to be controlled, and they just want to give up all control. And then you have to respect their free will of choosing that trajectory, and giving up control to who, to what. In the problem with those systems is it's either humans or AI. You're giving your control up to an authority system or like technological efficiency, as opposed to a higher power or nature or ideals. Anyways, everything seems very unstable. I think people would generally agree with that. This year has been very unsettling. Everything seems very unstable, and yet its foundation seems pretty stable. It's like a cave, and it sounds like it's raining in the cave. There's many different water flows going on. and it's on a castle built on a foundation of sand. It's called Sand Castle. We're in a sand castle. But it's going great, I tell you what. Sand is a perfect fill for tires. And, yep. I think I can announce I'm an uncle. I'm officially an uncle. There's another generation. I may not procreate, but there will be another generation in the line of these heathens. Who knows? Life is great. And even though everything's unstable, it's exciting at the same time. And it's also very calm. It's all contradictory, and that's life. Life's a paradox. My old boss, in the middle of yelling at me and firing me, he told me, "Life's a paradox. What do you think about that?" I was like, well, I guess I'll have to think about it. Go home, you're fired. He didn't say it like that, but he was angry. But it was for the best to get fired. And that's the outcome that I wanted at the time. To continue on my trajectory. No hard feelings. I had a dream with my old boss the other night where he had like a bottle of Jack and he threw it to me, and then he reminds me of someone in my past, and you see how interactions can weave together through the wheel of time, never really knowing what will be shared and what will just be deleted, erased from the nether realms. I don't like to repeat myself, but there's not much to say, so I shouldn't spend too much time saying it. And on that note, I'm going to give a forecast. Nostradamus. For the next month, you will still not know who will be the president. If I say it, it will not be true. Therefore, outcome is entirely certain. And furthermore, the economy will be even more unstable, and it'll be great. Everything will be different. It'll all be totally different, and everything will be exactly the same. You will see everything you look to see reflected back in your reality, and know that it is true. And in time, with wisdom, we may all cultivate that truth and idealize the reality which is realized before our eyes. On that note, that's all for November. We'll see where we're at in a month. Goodbye.